this ongoing story about Joe Biden with a student debt. This is, we have a breadcrumb to give you, and that's all it is at this point. But a reminder, no one has paid any student debt through the Biden presidency. This was not his first initiative. It was a Trump a moratorium that was established on student debt. That moratorium continues. The latest extension is to run out in August, I believe it is, of this year. Here is Jen Psaki addressing that.
Jen, multiple outlets, CBS and Washington Post, have reported today that in yesterday's meeting with the Congressional Hispanic Caucus, that President Biden signaled that he was prepared to use executive authority to cancel student debt in the coming months. Can you confirm that this was something relayed to them by the president, and why? What exactly is the president considered doing when it comes to student aid debt?
Sure. Well, let me use this opportunity to reiterate that nobody has paid us a penny in federal student loans since the president took office. And what we've said from here is that, and what he reiterated is that he will make a decision before there's an end to that pause. Right now, it's been extended through August, and we have talked about how we are looking at, and he is looking at, other executive authority options he has to bring relief to people who have student loans. So that's what he conveyed during the meeting yesterday.
Well, regarding using executive action, though, I mean, is that a step now that the president is seriously looking at?
Well, we've talked about that in the past, so he's continuing to look at it.
And then lastly,
and remember, there has been an extant memo from the Department of Education lawyers as to whether Joe Biden has the authority to do this.
They're still working on it.
They released the memo.
It's redacted.
But
yeah,
it's redacted because this is top secret information.
Yeah.
And Biden's
still looking at it. It's like a where's Waldo, right? He's got to just look really hard to figure out if he has the authority to do his campaign promise.
This is better. I mean, this is let me put it this way. This is a good sign insofar as they have not ruled it out, and they're clearly not. Now, here is the memo. Now, as you can see, it's quite obvious. It is from Miguel Cardona, from the acting general counsel. And what it says is subject says the secretary's legal authority for broad-based debt cancellation. All right, so page 1 is redacted.
I love the color, honestly.
Page 2, redacted. 3, 4.
It's pink and it's scented.
Okay, whoa.
There's just an email.
Yeah.
Hi, Emma.
Emma, was this to you?
To Emma
No.
Vigeland.
It's redacted because I've been working on the report.
Yeah, here's the debt cancellation memo we provided, and good read. That's a good read. Quick read. The point being that it is hard to imagine, although the incompetence of the Democratic Party, I think at times, with just sheer political
knows no bounds.
Acumen, it's the LeBron James of politics.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not it's very hard to sort of to overestimate, but it would be pretty poor timing to start the debt cancellation payments up again in September of 2022. It just feels like that would be poor timing. He could punt it again at that point, but it seems like they are teeing up some student debt cancellation. He promised on the campaign trail $10,000. It would be weird that the administration would know that it had no authority to do so, but that they redacted this because they don't want people to know that they don't have the authority to do this. It would also be weird that they wouldn't have communicated that to all the senators and congresspeople who are calling for the release of that memo by saying, hey guys, you don't want us to release that memo, or, coordinate. I mean, it would be just really poorly done.
They're not going to cancel debt, I think, before the election.
You don't think they'll do it before the election?
I think they are going to punt until after the election. They're terrified of a boomer vote that is going to be angry about this. That's my sense.
It would be if they did do that, if they just did the sort of pause and then canceled right before the election, it would be a move by the Democratic Party that I don't know how I would, like, it would be so unexpected.
But my point is they're always operating from a place of fear.
Yeah.
And so they're fearful of the backlash you describe of doing this in September, right before the election, but they're way more fearful of banks losing their minds and older voters saying, "Hey, and back in my day, I didn't have to do this." And so that's where I think they're going to go with it. Maybe, start of 2023, they'll cancel some debt.
In the meantime, one of the ways you can allay their fear that they're going to pay a price for canceling student debt, and also that maybe there's a benefit to them canceling student debt, would be for you to participate in the Send Biden Cancel Student Debt pen.
We have
we have a link we will post in our description. It's send a pen to Joe Biden. Tell him to sign executive action to cancel student debt. There are almost 100,000 people who have done this already, and you can go. They're only about 2,000 away.
I don't know why their goal is 102,400 people, but they're going to.
Yeah, that seems
soon.
like an
very specific.
odd goal, but go for it.
Yeah, you could be one of the last 1,000 in there.
It is sponsored by the Student Debt Crisis Center, and helpful to continue to pressure, because there is a debate within the administration between people who would be terrified. And here's the thing. The arguments that this would contribute to inflation are spurious, because no one is paying this debt as it is now. You will not be injecting more money into the system than exists now. Whatever that debt payment that you were servicing, couple of $100, $100, $500, $400, $300 a month, you're not servicing that debt right now anyways. 45 million people who have student debt in this country. And so it would not increase the amount of money that is out there. It would be just an austerity move to reintroduce this student debt. I think they should go for it. And the bottom line is, it's not like there is a single issue out there that anyone can articulate that the Democrats are running on in 2022. Like, I can't even articulate what they're running against.
Well, we covered this when you were out. There was a Politico playbook piece about how Democratic consultants, after they saw, did you see that viral speech from the Michigan State Senator?
Yes.
After they saw that, they realized, wait, we should fight back against anti-CRT, anti-LGBTQ bills in this country. Well, and this is the blueprint to do that. As if they didn't think about doing that before. Even abortion was encompassed in that Politico.
Ryan Cooper has a piece at the American Prospect arguing that exact same thing, that there is a lot of opportunity for so-called moderate Democrats in these so-called frontline seats to argue against what the Republican Party is actively doing, particularly if you're in one of those frontline seats. There is a good chance that your state is either rolling back abortion rights or is beginning to threaten the rights of LGBTQ folks and attacking your Republican opponent for this is an opportunity that's just sitting out there. And the idea that, the Democrats would go on the offense against anybody but, let's say, the squad, just seems to have completely escaped them.